I'm Barbara Lapani, working with Brad Diedrich. We're from the Blue Mountains Creative Arts Network. Timescape Voices is an audio-visual work drawn from 7 interviews and includes a video essay from filmmaker Sean O'Keefe. Sharon Riley, Wiradjuri cultural custodian, and Darug artist Chris Tobin begin the story. Firefighter Sean Butler joins young Jay Lushini and Wiradjuri woman Patsy Wolfenden, whose voices are interwoven with Rich Evans of Central West Media and Darug Manlek's dad, to tell the story of living through the Black Summer fires, the arrival of COVID, and reimagining the future.
They were seeing kangaroos coming running out of the bush on fire, and then they were hopping around on fire and setting off spot fires, and it was just heartbreaking hearing all those stories. And then I went for a run after the fires out the reserve and had a look around, and it was just this eerie, surreal sort of feeling like, yeah, it was hurt, and the whole landscape was hurt and everything in it, and it was very quiet, so there was no birds, there was no noise. It was quite horrific to hear hear nothing. It's been listed as an AP, so an Aboriginal place. So with that, it's the whole reserve. So 1,500 acres is protected the same as an Aboriginal site under the National Park Act. But when this fire was heading in that direction, RFS made contact with us and said that they knew that it was going to get hammered through there with the fire, and what could we do to reduce the risk to the art sites, because the rock art through there is like 13,000 years old. We knew that that could have been an impact as well if the fire did hit the artwork, caught that shale on fire. We had to sort of do something quickly to reduce that. But there was multiple rock art sites out there, so it wasn't just one rock art site, there was multiple sites, and they had a very short window to get that work done. So yeah, they did that, and then was not sure what had happened. And then RFS rang me back a day or so later after the fire had gone through there, passed through that area. Pretty unbelievable to think that the fire went through there quite hot, but the rock art was intact. So, and to me culturally it was really significant, because I knew that a lot of Wiradjuri people would be thinking about that site with the fires. And we had a lot of feedback from Wiradjuri elders and that across Wiradjuri country, thanking us for doing that bit of work, because it's there for future generations to appreciate. That was really good. So it's important to me to educate people, to teach them about our values and about the way we look after country and how country should be looked after, because our country to us, our culture, our heritage, it's important to look after it and take on the responsibilities that we have. Each of us have got different responsibilities.
If we are allowed to do our fire regimes here, which I asked, but they denied me. I wanted fire run through this country before those big ones came. And they, oh no, we had fires here a couple of years ago. No, we want to leave it 6 years, is what the parks told me. And in cultural terms, that's risky, if not downright negligent. Our ancestors ran fire through the country a lot more regularly than that, and it keeps it safe. Not just for us, but for the other creatures.
Yeah.
We get these intense fires. They will go up the tops of the trees like they do normally, but the fires are so intense they'll take out the whole tree. And I've often said to the parks, there's a big species missing in these parks, and it's us. We're part of this country. We're an important part of the country.
But also grew up down in Yuin country, down on farm country, etc. And I've always known I was a blackfella since I was a little boy, and I've always been with fire. So I was practicing cultural burning even from a young age, when I didn't even really know that I was, but only on a small scale on the farms, etc. It's been happening in our country for thousands and thousands of years. Over 350 different countries in Australia, over 350 different languages. We all practiced cultural burning. We knew what we were doing. We weren't frightened of fire. We used fire as a tool. If we can get some of our young people trained up in cultural burning and have them out regularly, it costs a lot of money for all that groundwork. But if we have people out on country continually, especially through winter and the right seasons of burning, I think we'd have far better outcomes.
I've been talking of a concept for a number of years that I refer to these people as financial refugees. So the Sydney market has just gotten so expensive. You know, just a basic 3-bedroom house on a 400 square metre block will set you back $800,000. So it's, you know, it's great that people have finally caught up. It allows people that can work from home to go, well, if I sold my house in Western Sydney and then bought a house up here in Lithgow, and I'm going to buy a house for half of the price I sell my other one for. I might not even have a mortgage. You know, families could share the load. Maybe only one person has to work. Maybe there's a new way of living. And I think that COVID has highlighted that, you know, that's a real viable alternative. So if you could work for a company in Sydney but be remotely based and only travel there once every 2 weeks, isn't that a better lifestyle when you can get out and go for a walk, you know, in a beautiful location like this and breathe clean air and have a quiet lifestyle? I mean, that's what attracted us. We lived in Penrith. We lived on a...
It's open to the public for anyone to come and sit around the fire. I don't even advertise actually as an Aboriginal thing. I invite people to come up, we share ideas and that sort of thing, I say to them. I come out here and I can just relax and be, and other people can do the same thing, and I encourage them to just come out and just sit around the fire, or we can talk or we can not talk, but it is the perfect place to come and connect with country.
I think we need to find a balance between using our technology for better and not forgetting that we're things that decompose. We come from the ground, rely on our natural resources, what comes from the earth, sort of thing. So I think it's finding a happy medium between both of those things, that we have the potential to procure a better future. That's something, it's a positive outcome of technology. It's able to advance our knowledge in big degrees, but it's only how we use it. Knowledge is only as good as how it's been used. So that's the important thing, I think.